My skin actually feels like my skin, and that is why I want to talk about this brand. Hey everyone, Amanda Weldon back with you, a new video and a new kind of series that I want to get started. Watching beauty reviews, I love learning more about the products and how they apply to skin and all of the ranges and ingredients and things like that. But I also love hearing the story about how that brand got started. There is a brand new beauty brand that has recently hit the market January 2021, and I want to dive right in, and that beauty brand is called Merit. And the whole premise behind this brand is to basically elevate your own natural look and to have a very, very natural, easy, kind of scaled down luxury routine, not at a luxury price. Now, this brand was created by Katherine Power, and you may recognize that name because she was also the co-founder of Who, What, Wear. And we're gonna go a little bit into Katherine's story kind of after we do the makeup routine, because it is freaking phenomenal. And if you guys wanna learn about a boss who is absolutely killing it, Katherine is one of those people. So let's rename her Katherine Power. So diving into today's makeup routine, I want to show you guys a few of the products. They sent them on over and I am so thrilled. It's like responsible luxury, some of these pieces. Again, not at a luxury price. They're about 30% less in the price tag, a little bit more affordable, a little bit more accessible. And the tagline is less is more. It's all about having those edited essentials. Now, Katherine Power, when she was first pregnant with her son, Sebastian, she started thinking a lot more about clean beauty, and that's another big part of this brand. They are actually a clean beauty brand that is vegan, a holistic approach to some of that natural and clean beauty. And kind of one of the catchphrases that I was reading in one of the articles was a grown woman's Glossier, because the branding and the packaging of this stuff is stunning, and to have it on your vanity is such a treat. Now, Merit Beauty is EU compliant, which means that 1,328 harmful potential ingredients are not included in any of their formulas. Among that list is parabens and sulfates. The brand also partnered with Hollywood celebrity esthetician Biba D'Souza, who is infamous for her no list when it comes to ingredients. And that means that eliminating another 73 potential acne triggering ingredients when it comes to their formulas. They aim to eliminate any virgin plastic, and as well, their packaging and all of their shipping is either biodegradable, recyclable, or reusable. The brand also has a beautiful color range, and we are going to get to that. There are 7 new products, and all of them have their own respective ranges of shades. So the very first one I want to mention is this little guy. And that is the Minimalist Perfection Complexion Stick. It comes in at a price tag at $49, and I take the shade Silk. Now, what's so cool is there's actually 20 shades. It's a buildable formula, and the whole goal of this product is to have an undetectable change from your natural skin to the makeup. So instead of having a concealer and a foundation within the Merit brand, it's more to have just this one simple step, and as well to do kind of, instead of a full blanket coverage, to just target those kind of hyperpigmentation areas. One thing that I found when I was using it was this is hella creamy. I love the way, I think this whole makeup brand, one way I would describe their products and their formula is they melt into the skin. It does not feel like you are wearing heavy makeup. Yesterday, I tested out these products all day because I want to do that before I ever introduce anything to you guys, because I wanted to make sure that my skin didn't react, and if my skin didn't react, a huge range of you guys should be good, because I have very sensitive skin. And as well, I went on a walk outside. It is frigid right now in Canada, and I was wearing this makeup, and when I got home, I was shocked. It still looked so beautiful. It did not collect in any creases, and it just kind of felt so lightweight. I said to Scotty the other day while we were driving to our walk, I really just don't feel like I'm wearing makeup. Like, it just feels like my skin, but it just looks a little bit better. Now, you can't mention the concealing stick without also mentioning the new Merit brush. This is the #1 brush. I love this on my skin. It is so soft. This actually reminds me of a Westman Atelier brush that has a much more expensive price tag. Also, not to forget to mention that it is cruelty-free and really densely packed as well. The whole reason why you would want to be using this brush specifically is for that micro concealing. So you apply the makeup, little dots, little areas where you think that you might need a bit of an oomph that day, whether it be dark circles, redness, blemish, or hyperpigmentation, and then you can use this brush to blend it in. One thing that I noticed is, I don't know, I didn't see the texture of the brush on my face, where I have a couple in my routine right now where sometimes I can tell exactly what tool I use to apply the makeup. So I did really like that. I love that it's tiny so you can put it in your travel bag so easily. And I also loved that when I finished doing my makeup, I wasn't sure where the formula ended and my skin started. Like, it all just blended so nicely together, and it was definitely because I had this brush. I will say that you don't need the brush for the complexion stick because it melts so nicely into your skin. I was doing a kind of full face for you guys today to show you kind of more of that complexion stick, but if I was just doing a spot treatment, it's so nice and creamy that you can just use the warmth from your fingers. This little package, it's so cute. I got the color terracotta. I'll show you guys the other colors as well on screen. I really like this, but it doesn't have as much pigment as I thought it would. But that's okay too, because we're going for a little bit more of a natural feel, or if you're someone who's kind of getting more into just using colors of blushers and you don't particularly want to go crazy right off the top, this might be the perfect formula for you. As well, what's really cool about this, and they call it the Merit Flush Balm Cheek. It's a little bit between a cream and a stain, which I found was really noticeable. And one thing that I liked about this was sometimes when you put bronzer on top of foundation or whatever, or blush over top, I always can kind of tell where it all starts and ends in the targeted areas, and sometimes you want that, but with this product you can blend it so nicely because it's a creamier formula. It just works really well with that complexion stick. So I love that. Plus we can stand behind a product that can be used for more than one thing. Because this is clean beauty, Katherine Power even said in an article that I was reading, and then I gave it a try too, is that she not only uses this on her cheeks, but she will also use it on her lips. Oh, this is the one I was so excited to try. Okay, so there are two different colors. I got Cava, which is more of the champagne tone, but there's also a rose goldy tone. You guys, this is stunning. I love this product. Oh my gosh. Speaking of creamy, I think this might be just as creamy as that foundation, or rather the complexion stick. And it is so shiny and gorgeous, and you can use this on your Cupid's bow, up and down your nose, the C area around your eyes, or even lightening just under your eyebrow. This one's gonna cost you $39. If there's anything that I know from a product like this, and this has a 12-month expiry period, I remember when I got the Glossier Halo Scope, I just didn't use it, and I think that this is actually the perfect size. This is something too that I learned while reading about this product that I found very interesting that I wanted to tell you guys right away. So Katherine Power, CEO of Merit, she said that the majority of celebrity makeup artists that she spoke to were in favor of an emollient type luminizer rather than a powder one. But there's definitely a time and place, because if that was the argument, you could say, well, some celebrity makeup artists literally just use Vaseline for shoots, and that's not so great in real life. So this product is not going to give you that stickiness that something like a Vaseline would IRL, but it is just going to be so silky smooth. I feel like I have just fallen in love with this brand. The next product I want to speak of is the Merit Brow Pomade. So I have the color blonde, obviously, and one thing I want you guys to know about my eyebrows, and probably yours too, is they are sisters. They are not twins. Especially since being in lockdown, I haven't been able to actually go to my brow lady, and they have just been growing for over a year. And I also will arch this brow up higher than this one, so they are usually just doing their own thing. But this brow product, the issue with my brows specifically, maybe you have this problem too, is my hairs up there are very long. But I like them long because I want to have that Brooke Shields look, which was actually the inspiration for this pomade. In the 1980s, You got that Calvin Klein ad, Brooke Shields, that was the inspiration behind this product. But the whole idea of having those big bushy brows is you gotta control them and you've gotta set them in place. This pomade has done a really good job. I found that through the day, I would just take my spoolie and maybe brush them up a couple times if my hair had gone over it or I had put a shirt over my head and they'd kind of come down. It makes it sound like I have just like crazy eyebrows. But anyways, there's kaolin clay and mineral pigments that build up the tint and then as well bulk up those arches. So that's really cool. And then as well, there's this large tapered brush, so it grabs hold of every single hair, which is cool. So now that we've got those brows covered, it's time to do the lashes. This is the Merit Clean Lash Lengthening Mascara. That is a mouthful. $34, and this color is in black. Katherine Power said that she would love to come out with a brown shade in the future. She said sometimes black can just be a little bit severe for some people, but I know personally I always wear a black mascara. I just haven't made that transition yet. Now in this formula, it's a tubing formula. So if you guys don't know what that means, it means that you can basically take it off with water, which is really nice. When I think of clean beauty, that's kind of an element that I definitely think in with that one. But then you may have that red flag where you're thinking, oh shoot, well, is it gonna smudge? Is it gonna move throughout the day? Now my test yesterday, it did not move at all. And I am definitely someone, I have long natural eyelashes. It's one of my favorite parts about myself, but that means when I'm blinking or moving, I'm also an eye rubber throughout the day. I will typically get little collections of black right under the outside corner of my eye. And I didn't notice that with this mascara yesterday. And it was something that was really, really strong in my memory after using this makeup. And I was very, very impressed with it. The whole goal of this brush is to lift, separate, and lengthen and not have that makeup-y look. I actually recently did an empties video, and if you guys tuned into that one, you'll know that one of my favorite mascaras is the NARS Climax mascara, and I put a lot of that on. So I usually get these big dramatic kind of lashes, thick, they're kind of clumped a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but I was so pleasantly surprised by this formula and this brush. Just the fact that it lengthens them out, it kind of separates them. I thought I wouldn't like that because I thought that maybe that wouldn't be dramatic enough for me and my style, but I'm actually pleasantly kind of surprised how much I loved it. I think that aging, maybe going into my 30s this year, I'm excited to have a bit more of that natural makeup look, and I definitely think there's a time and a place for both of them. Last but not least, no makeup look is complete without a little bit of a lip, even if that's just a lip tone that is very close to your natural lip color. So this is the Merit Shade Slick Tinted Lip Oil, $31 per tube, and this one is in the color Marrakesh. So this is what I want you guys to think of. It's moisturizing and it's more of an oil, but as well has a little bit more of that opacity of an actual lip color, which is a godsend in the winter months because it gets so dry here and you just can't drink enough water to keep your lips hydrated. It's also very forgiving. You can do this not in the mirror and then just kind of run your fingers over your lips just to make sure you're not too much out of the lines. But I have noticed that I've really loved this lip shade specifically, and they definitely have more shades. I'll link those down below. On the Merit website, you can read a little description from Katherine, and I really wanted to share that with you guys too because I found it really insightful and it had me rethinking my own morning makeup routine. Katherine says, in many ways, beauty and self-care has reached a fever pitch, a saturated market with products coming out every few days full of ingredients we can't pronounce, eyeshadow palettes with 50 colors when we only use 2, and more additions to the list of what it takes to be ready. Does a 10-step skincare routine sound familiar? In 2020, we reset. We learned we don't need much. We've become accustomed to bare nails, natural hair, and days without makeup. We're indulging in minimalism and brands are bringing us more with less. Welcome to your morning routine simplified. I've been really able to get a feeling for this brand and why it was created through some of the interview pull quotes. So here's one from the kit with Katherine. Here's the problem with a lot of minimalist or no makeup brands. They appear to have been made for bright-eyed 20-somethings whose faces have never been marred by dark circles or wrinkle or sunspot or a myriad of other fun surprises you will wake up to find in your 30s and onward. As this brand continues to kind of push its way forward with being positive for your skin, your body, and the planet, I also want to take you through a little bit of Katherine's journey, because understanding a CEO mindset of a brand I think helps, and as well just being able to see that behind a makeup brand there is a woman is really, really cool, because she's someone who's actually using these products every day, and that is why I love brands like Merit, and she's also started Versed, like Summer Fridays, and these kind of things. In 2006, Katherine Power was the West Coast editor for Elle magazine, and at the time, she was watching e-commerce really start. So it was things like Net-a-Porter that was starting, and she was seeing the potential of that. What's so cool is she ended up going, when Project Runway was just starting, she ended up meeting her soon-to-be business partner, Hillary Kerr, on set of that. Hillary Kerr was a journalist at the time, and she was writing about up-and-coming designers, so they met and they really hit it off on set. That same year, those two powerhouses started Who What Wear, which originally started as an e-newsletter and a blog, and eventually turned into a media brand. To kind of understand the culture of what was going online, originally there were a lot of kind of snarky blogs that were calling out fashion faux pas for celebrities and around, and they were a little bit nasty and clickbaity. But Who What Wear was a lot more approachable, and they were making fashion friendly, approachable, accessible for anyone to style and appreciate their every single day style. And that's when they really curbed their audience. In 2012, Power and Kerr founded Clique Brands and Clique Media Group with Who What Wear as their group's first media brand. And the whole goal of that was to acquire media properties and different consumer segments that would kind of collaborate with various brands and audiences, and they just grew and grew from there. So inspiring. In 2014, Power took over as CEO of that company, and in 2016, she was on the list of the top 40 under 40. In 2019, this serial entrepreneur also launched Versed. I don't know if you guys have heard of this or not. The first time I got the product for Versed, it was in the States actually. I was on a campaign in Florida for work, and I just picked up this mask, and I ended up loving it. I just knew that while we were traveling around, I needed to do some skincare, and I loved it so much. I believe I still have the Instagram story, and they liked it, and I was just so blown away. Little did I know that brand had literally started that year. She has also started a wine company, Avalane, with one of her best pals. You may recognize the name, Cameron Diaz, and it is also a clean wine brand. Katherine has written 3 books: Who What Wear, Celebrity and Runway Style for Real Life, which she co-wrote with Hillary Kerr at the time. In 2011, she wrote What to Wear, Where, the how-to handbook for any style situation, and in 2016, Career Code. I hope you guys liked this video. It was so fun just to go a little bit deeper into the journalist side of things when looking into a new brand, a new launch, a new line, and this is kind of something that I want to bring to my channel more, doing a more conscious consumerism, looking deeper into brands, where they come from, and the story behind them really, and then using the products and see if I like them. Now, I have only been wearing Merit Beauty all throughout this video, so this has been an all-day affair of wearing this makeup. It is now 5:17 in the afternoon, and it's been on my face all day, so you can be the judge. I have really been enjoying it. This is something I'm going to keep in my makeup routine, and they may have done a really good job by sending over these products, because they have now earned themselves a brand new customer. I'm going to have all of these links down below. Let me know if there are other brands you want me to look into, or if you liked this video, or if you made it this far. I appreciate it so much, and I just want you guys leaving my videos feeling like you learned something or you had fun. I love you guys so much, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.